Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and today I'm here with a very special guest. Who are you?
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I am the husband of Kat.
The
husband, the definitive, the only.
Well, you're my only husband.
I should hope
that
so.
you know of.
I should hope so.
So when I was talking to him about the Owls, hosted by G over at Book Roast, he's a huge Harry Potter fan, bigger than I am. So he decided to do it with me this year, which is really exciting because last year, I don't think you did it. No,
I did not do any reading challenges with you last year.
But I'm so excited because we've never done a reading challenge together.
That's true.
So as you guys can see by our not so subtly placed merchandise, I am a Slytherin through and through. These are little notebooks that my sister got us. So Slytherin and then some green to help you remember.
Whereas I am the huffliest huffle that has ever huffled. So I have all of the yellow.
Yes, and I have a green wand here, and you want to show them your wand?
Sure. I have a chopstick. This is a little chopstick, a little Gudetama chopstick.
Yellow chopstick.
It's vaguely wand-like.
Yeah, it is. It's roughly the same size as mine. So if you don't know, the Owls is based upon the testing season at Hogwarts, and the Owls, there's basically one test and one book assigned for each test challenge. So being the person that I am, even though I'm going for a certain profession, I still want to attempt to pass all of my tests. So that means that I'm going to go straight down the list and I'm going to try and read a book for every single exam. I want to go for Spellmaker with a certificate of Merpeople Linguistics because mermaids and merpeople are just like my favorite thing ever. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to be trying to be a Wandmaker with a seminar in the legal defense of magical creatures because every creature needs legal representation. Human, goblin, orc. There are no orcs in Harry Potter, but we're gonna go with that. That's
okay.
Fine.
So we're just gonna go down the list and share our book choices with you guys. If you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
And this is also good because you guys are getting to see both Slytherin recommendations and Hufflepuff recommendations. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. So the first exam is Ancient Runes. Read something with a heart on the cover or in the name. So do you want to go first for this one?
Sure. So for this one, I have The Beginning of the World in the Middle of the Night. That's right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
By Jen Campbell.
Good. By Jen Campbell, who is, of course, a booktuber who we all love. And this is a short story collection. I've heard good things. I've never read it.
Yeah, it's really
Seems
good.
like a good time. And it has a giant heart on the cover.
And on the back. So win. Okay, so I'm going to read Strike Your Heart, which is a French translation by Amelie? I'm so sorry. Amelie Nothomb. This is about a very dark relationship between a daughter and her mother, and kind of the way that impacts her female relationships throughout her life. It's short, and I have been wanting to read this for a while. The cover intrigued me, and then I think I couldn't really get it out of my head. So, perfect. That is what I'm going to read for that challenge. So the next one is Arithmancy, Balance Opposites. Read something outside of your comfort zone. So for me, the thing that I like to read probably the least is some sort of family drama, family exploration saga, and over a long period of time. So this is The Tin Man by Sarah Winman. I know that this is about a man and his wife and the man's relationship with another man who he used to love in his younger years. So I think that it's going to be flashbacks between then and now, and it's definitely family dynamics over time. But I've heard great things, so I'm hoping that even though it's not my cup of tea, I'll still really like it. And this also has queer rep, so that is my choice.
And for my choice, I've decided to branch out from my normal reading. And I'm reading a romance.
He never reads romance.
I do not read romances, they're just not my thing. They have a place, but it's not my place. So with Kat being a big romance reader, as I'm sure you know, I decided to just ask her for a recommendation. So I'm going to be reading one called The Sounds of Secrets. I don't really know anything more than that. It's a romance. She recommended it. I'll do my best.
Yeah, it is really good. I read it pretty recently and I gave it 4 stars. So
that bodes well.
Yeah,
that bodes well.
So it'll be good. So next up is a test I'm only taking, and it's Astronomy. Read a book at night. So for this one, I was really excited to pick up Defy the Stars, which is a YA space-bound novel about I think, female rebellion leader and an AI on the opposing side, and they may or may not like form a relationship. This was gonna be my jam. But, however, I've been struggling to get through Romantic Outlaws, which is the history of Mary Wollstonecraft and Mary Shelley. So I made it this far, and it took me all of March to get this far. And I've been reading it before bed, so I'm either gonna continue to make my way through this heifer of a book. It is so chunky. Or I might just put it down during the Owls and read what I really want to read, which is Defy the Stars. So, yeah, we're gonna see, but wish me luck. Okay, so the next one is Care of Magical Creatures. Read a book with a beak on the cover. So would you want to go first?
Sure. So I am going to be diving into Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. This is a book that I've heard quite a lot of good things about. I believe it's some kind of Icelandic murdery kind of story, and then they were trying to figure out if the person actually did the deed. It should be grim.
It's about the last execution.
The last execution. There we go. It should be grim. It should be beautiful. It should be fun. I'm really looking forward to this one. Also, a shockingly good-looking cover. So really keen for that.
Yeah, I love that cover. And mine is The Passion by Jeanette Winterson. So as you can see, there's a very prominent 3 beaks on the cover here. And I don't know. Jeanette Winterson, I've tried to read 2 other things and they just didn't get on with me. So this is the 3rd try. And if I can't make my way through this, which is like, I believe, a very surreal, I know it deals with a woman, a man who has webbed feet, and Napoleon Bonaparte. And it's like a surreal story. If I can't make it through that and that doesn't hold my interest, then I think I'm just going to break up with Jeanette Winterson altogether and bid you a fair adieu. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a shot. It's also really short, so it'll be perfect for the Owls. So the next one is Charms, which is to read a book with white on the cover. So we're actually both going to read the same thing, and this is Milk Teeth, a poetry collection by Ray White, who is a non-binary poet from Australia. So this is a poetry collection which challenges identity, form, and gender. It's quite short, it has a ton of white on the cover, so we're both gonna go ahead and read this for the Lumos Maxima Charms Challenge. So the next one is another test that I'm doing all by my lonesome. So this is Defense Against the Dark Arts. Read a book set at the coast or in the sea. And as you guys know, sea-themed books are one of my favorite of all time. So I'll just flash up a few that I have for recommendations for you guys. So this is The Surface Breaks, Little Mermaid Retelling by Louise O'Neill. This is Lion Cross Point, a Japanese translation by Masatsugu Ono. This is Neverland by Margot McGovern. This is a brand new one that I just picked up the other day. This is The Pisces by Melissa Broder, about love with a merman. And this is The Kindness of Your Nature, a New Zealand writing about finding a boy with webbed feet on the beach. However, because I'm a contrary creature, and if I don't want to read any of the books that I currently have on my TBR shelf that have to do with the ocean, instead I am going to read The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. So if you guys don't know, T.J. Klune is one of my all-time favorite romance writers. And he has written this one about a orphanage of magical beings. So a lot of the people at the school are a gnome, a sprite, a wyvern, an unidentifiable green blob, a were-Pomeranian, and the Antichrist. And so this school for this orphanage for children is kind of struggling, but their caretaker is Linus, who is a 40-year-old man who lives with them and takes care of them on this house on this cliff near the ocean. And the person who's sent to help them is kind of this government employee who may or may not fall in love with the 40-year-old caretaker. So it just sounds absolutely perfect. It is near the ocean. It's on the coast. It's written by TJ Klune, and it's a new release. So I just couldn't pass it up, honestly. I have so many ocean books, and I was like, not today.
Straight to the front of the line. Just
yeah, not today.
TJ Klune, straight to the front.
So if you're also looking for a book which deals with care of magical beings or set near the ocean, I recommend this, even though I haven't read it yet, because I just love TJ Klune. Well, it has really high ratings right now. It has a 4.5 rating on Goodreads right now, out of like 800 ratings. So
that's impressive. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. So the next test I'm also doing alone. It's Divination, and this is assign all the books on your TBR a number, and then use a random number generator to pick one. So I dutifully did that. I took all my TBR books out and I gave them a number, and it was like 1 to 43, my physical books, and then I typed it into a random number generator and it said 3. So I did all that labeling, all that organizing for the third book. Anyway, the third book is No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. This is a Japanese classic about a young boy coming to terms with the difference between childhood, adolescence, and adulthood, and also wondering what makes a human. So I think it's really dark and it's introspective, and it's not really what I would choose to read during this time of stress and chaos, but, you know, the random number generator has spoken. So the next test is Herbology, and it is Mimbulus Mimbletonia. Read a book with an M title. So, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I'm taking a break from all of this, and I'm going to read The Motorcycle Diaries by Che Guevara. This is the story of, this is actually Che's little diaries of when he took a motorcycle trip from the southern tip of South America all the way up through to Venezuela. I suspect it's going to be really interesting. I suspect he was a total bro, so it might be really difficult to read at times, because I suspect... Just putting it out there, I suspect he probably has some pretty unpleasant views about some people. But also, you know, he's a famous revolutionary and a political thinker, so that's going to be really interesting to see.
It might be like when I reread Jack Kerouac, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of that kind of Kerouac misogyny involved in that. But we'll find out.
Yeah. And then mine for this challenge, I am so freaking excited for My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I'm feeling this right now because it's about a woman who's so done with the world that she asks her doctor to give her basically medicine to put her to sleep for a whole year. So she only wakes up to eat and go to the bathroom, and basically she sleeps through an entire year. Self-imposed Sleeping Beauty.
I mean, that sounds great right now.
That sounds, I don't know if I'd say great, but understandable. It's certainly very relatable right now. Yeah, so I am just really, really looking forward to this. So the next test that we're taking is History of Magic, which is Witch Hunts, a book with witches or wizards. So you want to go first?
Sure, so I went extremely literal. I have Caliban and the Witch by Silvia Federici. This is something I've been dying to read for a long time. I started it a couple of months ago, but then uni work got insane and I didn't have the brain power to deal with it, so I'm really looking forward to picking it up again. It's about essentially it's a Marxist look at the witch hunts in Europe, and that is right up my alley, so I'm really keen for that.
This is Hurricane Season by Fernanda Melchor? How do you say that in Spanish? Melchor. So this is about the village of La Matosa, which has recently killed their village witch. Or she has died of mysterious circumstances. And as the book opens, she is dying or dead. And then the rest of the book explores, basically backs up and views the days leading up to her death through the point of view of different people in the village. So then you kind of slowly piece together why the witch was killed and if she was actually a witch at all. So I do believe that this is a witch hunt novel. Whether or not she is a witch remains to be seen. But I have heard that this is just super brutal, super dark, and involves a witch hunt. So it sounds like right up my Slytherin alley. And it's also a Spanish translation, so I'm trying to read more translated works, and this seemed really awesome to get into. So next up is Muggle Studies. Read a contemporary So I'm going to go with Cleanness by Garth Greenwell. I read What Belongs to You by Garth Greenwell a few years ago, and this is one of the novels that the characters are so strongly written, they just stick with you. So when Cleanness came out, which is kind of like a part 2 to What Belongs to You, I knew that I had to read it. So it's about an American professor who's teaching in Bulgaria, I believe, and he basically goes to have male liaisons with people in like public bathrooms and bathhouses when he runs into Mitko, who becomes his kind of impromptu, brutal lover. And it's about the way that their relationship, like, basically is like a rubber band. Like, they're either super close and together all the time, or they're just like being really nasty and brutal to each other. And it's just, I just couldn't get it out of my head, honestly, like in What Belongs to You. So I can't wait to read this. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm nervous, but it's also, when I saw the title Muggle Studies, what I thought was Muggle Struggle. And this was definitely a Muggle Struggle book. So I'm excited for Muggle Struggle Part 2. So I have 2 more exams to sit. Next is Potions Shrinking Solution, which is under 150 pages. So I figured I would kind of switch it up and read an illustrated one. It's one that's been on my TBR since I got it. I'm just so afraid to read it because I don't want it to be over, if that makes any sense. So this is the, sorry, just
That's fine.
I'm running out of
Can I hold it up for you?
No, it's okay, I got it. This is The Electric State by Simon Stallenberg. I believe this is a Scandinavian Swedish translation. So this is about a young girl and her robot who are traveling in a road trip across the world after an apocalypse happens. So for example, on how this goes, so like this is a page where humanity has kind of been taken over and everyone is kind of hooked up to virtual reality machines. And as she's going around, like, we get a little bit of narration on the edges of the story. But this is, I believe, 143 pages, so it's perfect. It's right under 150, and I've been wanting to read it forever. It's going to be beautiful, and it's also going to be quick, I think. So I'm really, really excited about this. And the last test that I need to sit is Transfiguration, Animagus Lecture, which has shape-shifting in it. So for this, I'm going to read Bunny by Mona Awad. This is one that I've been wanting to read forever. So it's following students in a master's English program, and there's this kind of posh group called the Bunnies, and our main character both hates them and also wants to fit in with them. And when she joins them, she realizes that they may or may not be transforming some people into bunnies. But because I haven't read it, I don't know if it has actual transfiguration or shape-shifting. So if I read it and it doesn't have that, then I might read Man Tiger by Eka Kurniawan. So this is from Indonesia, and it's about a man who has a white female tiger inside of him, which comes out sometimes. So yeah, I will be reading Bunny, and then if it doesn't work out, I'll be reading Man Tiger. So, okay.
So just a few books for you this month.
Yeah, just a
couple.
Just a little bit. But I really, really, really love this readathon, and I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to do it with you, and it's going to be so awesome.
Absolutely.
So I am hoping to be a Spellmaker, and what will you be going for?
A Wandmaker.
A Wandmaker.
Which is good, because right now the chopstick, I honestly need to get a better one, so yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But let us know your thoughts down below if any of these books sound good to you and what you guys are planning to read as well. I just really can't wait for it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're all staying super safe and that you are having a great day. I know a lot of us are getting a lot of reading done, so that's a silver lining in all of this. And yeah, we will talk to you later. So bye from House Slytherin.
Bye from House Hufflepuff. Bye.